Look at these two fat asses. Well, actually, there's only one. It's Eddie Lacy on the left. With his new team, the Seattle Seachickens. It's week 1 of the NFL season. The 60th season of play here at Lambeau Field. Yes, they've been doing it since '57. We'll be back after these short messages and a water drink on the Packer Radio Network. Alright, we're back. I didn't really take a sip of water, but look at all these Seachickens filing out of the tunnel. And there's all the Fudge Packers. There's Weinbach's getting introduced to the 70,000 plus goy here at Lambeau Field. Take a look at that NFL Films bagger. Yeah, get in the face, man. Get in the face. We're about ready to get things going here. It's week 1. It's a brand new season. The Packers are coming off a 3-1 preseason. And who gives a fuck about Seattle? Seattle wins the toss. They get the ball to start things here. As Marquette King is back and set to kick it away, which he does. Gives it Das Boot. Landry in the back of the end zone has no choice but to stare at it. And Seattle will start at the 25. Mike McCarthy, that fat fuck, he's in his 12th season coaching the Green Bay Packers, hard to believe. And here's the new Hall of Famer, Blake Bortles, the former Jacksonville Jagoff. He's taking the snaps behind the center for the Seachickens. Well, let's see how things get underway here. It's very exciting. 70,000 plus goy in attendance. Bortles comes out from the shotgun right out of the gate here to start the regular season, and it's going to be a fake draw. He's got plenty of time, going deep on the first play, and it is going to be batted down. Good coverage downfield, and quite the exciting way to start this season. Blake Bortles is not fucking around. He took it deep on the very first pass attempt. As you take a look at the offensive starters for the Seattle Seahawks, looks like a bunch of baggers in my book. Well, these two teams, they've had a lot of history with each other. The Packers are 12-8 all time. That dates back to the 1976 season when they first played each other. Bortles from the shotgun on the second consecutive play. This time he fires over the middle, and it's caught by Clay, the tight end, for a first down to the 45. So Blake Bortles completes his first regular season pass as a member of the Seattle Seachickens. Sets them up near midfield, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Going to the shotgun for the third consecutive play. Two safeties over the top for Green Bay. Takes a snap, fires it over to the right side to Clay again, and it's going to be a face mask on Ahmad Brooks, the outside linebacker. It will be of the 15-yard variety, I believe, and yes, it will be. You can tack on 15 more to the end of that play, and it sets Seattle up near the red zone. So Clay made his second consecutive catch. 2 good throws from Blake Bortles, finding the tight end, and now with the penalty, it sets him up in good position. Far straight attempts from the shotgun, but this time it's a draw to Eddie Lacy, the fat ass. It's a familiar face to all these Green Bay goy. Minimal gain of 1. 2nd and 9 as we take a look at the defensive starters for the Fudge Packers. Carlos Dansby, he's the old fart. The middle linebacker, Reggie Nelson, Darrell Revis, Jonathan Joseph, a bunch of veterans mixed in with some young players on this Green Bay defense. Obviously, this Green Bay team is revolved around their strong offense. Just got to try to outscore everybody. That's how it works in sports. Bortles works in the shotgun on 2nd and 9. It's a play-action fake to Lacy, and wide open in the end zone is the rookie Mike Williams. There's your first score of the season. Seattle takes the lead 6-0 on a 23-yard touchdown pass, and Blake Bortles actually looks pretty good out there. Little slant route over the middle. He was pretty much uncontested into the end zone there. Minimal coverage on the outside, and the Packers have a very weak secondary, a bunch of old farts, as I stated before. That was a quick drive. It only took a minute and 37 seconds off the clock as Hopkins nails the extra point as Seattle is up 7-0. They're 1 for 1 in their first possession. It's a good way to kick the season off. I'm sure they really had a long conversation at the lodge on who was going to get that touchdown pass, you know. Now Davis is set to return this one. Yeah, it's a decent return out to the 28. So Aaron Rodgers and company will set up for the first time on offense here in the regular season. He's in his 13th NFL season. We can't forget he sat for 3 years behind the greatest human being of all time, our Lord and Savior Brett Lorenzo Favre. And he learned well. I can guarantee you he wouldn't be half the quarterback that he is nowadays if he wasn't sitting behind number 12, or number 5, I'm sorry. Rodgers sets up from the I formation, now rolls out to his right, lobs one to Jordy Nelson, who had the ball in his grips for a second, but it got knocked loose. He had to go up and try to catch that one. That's going to be an incompletion. As we take a look at the Packers' offensive line, I would have to say it's easily the best line in the entire league. They have a good mixture of young and old receivers. They have Vincent Jackson, Jordy Nelson, he's 32. Amari Cooper, he's the young star, though, on this offense, next to Le'Veon Bell, complimenting him in the running game. Rodgers comes out from the I formation again, play action fake to Le'Veon Bell, and he fires it to the left sideline, and that's going to be incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, could not get his second foot down. So Weinbach is 0 for 2 to start this drive with his team down 7. There's a bunch of baggers on the Seattle defense. Weinbach is going to try to exploit this somewhat weak interior of this Seattle defense. They do have a strong secondary with Tyrann Mathieu back there. It's 3rd down and 10. 3 consecutive calls from the I formation. Rodgers now drops back to throw, and on a slant over the middle he finds Jordy Nelson, who breaks out of a tackle, gets the first down, and is brought down at his own 43-yard line. That's going to go as a 14-yard gain for James Jordy Nelson. Yes, there are 2 James Jordy Nelsons, one for the Brewers and one for the Green Bay Fudge Packers. 1st and 10. Another play-action fake to Le'Veon Bell. This time he dumps it out into the flats. That's to his fullback, Janovich, and it's going to go as an incompletion. Oh, these fucking assholes just can't get their feet down. This isn't college anymore, bud. 7:32 left here in the opening quarter. Weinbach is 1 for 5 to start this game. Now on 2nd and 10, he drops back to pass. Running out of time, he's going to take it himself, breaks out of a tackle, and slides ahead for not a first down. That's a gain of 7. It's going to make it a 3rd and manageable. 3rd down and 3. So 5 straight passing attempts to start this ball game for the Green Bay offense. A little foreshadowing here. Are they going to run it? I don't know. We'll see what the Lodge has to say about that one. Inside 7 minutes now in the opening quarter. Rodgers changes it up at the line, now hands it off. That's to Le'Veon Bell, and he's going to be short. So the stud running back cannot get the first down, and, well, fuck it. We're going to go for it here on 4th and 3. Early season controversy here if the Packer offense does not convert with their team down 7. It's an empty backfield. Weinbach drops back to pass, and he has Amari Cooper, who makes a diving catch over the middle of the field into Seattle territory down to the 28. That was a beautiful catch. A diving catch towards the middle of the field for the 23-year-old former Oakland Raider Amari Cooper. Well, he got back up. He was untouched, but he was brought down immediately. That was Collins that made the tackle. Puts Green Bay in a decent position here. They're definitely within field goal range. That was somewhat of an errant throw from Aaron Rodgers. He's been off on this first drive. Packers come out now on 1st and 10 and hands it off to Le'Veon Bell. Breaks a tackle and shoves his way forward for a gain of 6. Makes it 2nd and 5. It's been a 50-yard drive so far for this Green Bay offense. Pete Carroll, he's an old man. He looks all pissed off on the sideline. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 from the 22. Line box works from the shotgun. Empty backfield. Now drops back to throw. Rolls to the right. Evades pressure and dumps it off to Robert Woods. Robert Woods ran the short curl route. That's enough for the Packer first down. Hear all them goy chanting, "Go Pack, go." I'm sure Frank Stankiewicz is one of them. Yeah, go Pack, go. I got the shits. Regardless, down to the 15-yard line. The running game has been pretty ineffective in this opening possession. This is considered to be one of the weaker teams in this fantasy draft, the Seattle Seahawks. That's right, the league's all fucked up now. 1st and 10, Rodgers drops back to pass. He's got time, rolls to his left. He's going to take it himself again, and he's going to slide ahead for a gain of 8. He's been the best back on this team so far. Rodgers, despite the fact that he's 33 years old, he can still move around back there. Such an accurate passer, and he is quite mobile when he wants to be. He doesn't have great speed, but he has great acceleration to get out of the pocket. So that moves the ball inside the 10-yard line for the first time. 2nd and 2 as you take a look at the offensive breakdown so far. This will be the 7th passing attempt. Rodgers drops back on 2nd and 2 with the shotgun, and he's going to get hit and sacked, dropped by Julius Peppers. That's a familiar face here to Green Bay Goy faithful. The 37-year-old is still making plays. A 6'7" Julius Peppers broke through that right side of the line. That was Brian Bulaga trying to make the block on him. Rodgers ran right into him. So that's going to set up in 3rd and long situation as we are getting somewhat close to the end of the first quarter here. Mike McCarthy scrolling through that playbook. And actually, in his mind, he's probably scrolling through what he's going to eat at Taco Bell. Empty backfield again. Rodgers drops back on 3rd and 13. Fires into the end zone. It's going to be caught and then dropped by Jared Cook, the tight end. Could not hold on to it after the contact, and that's going to set up a 4th and 13 scenario. And Mike McCarthy's going to have to send up the special teams unit. Will Lutz is going to get his first action here in the regular season. Here's the kick. It's going to be from about 34 yards out, and that's pretty much an extra point. Kick is good. Green Bay scores. It's now 7-3 Seattle with 3:21 left here in the first. That was kind of a shaky drive. Rodgers wasn't particularly accurate. Amari Cooper saved that drive, making a nice diving catch over the middle of the field. But this offense stalls out. Marquette King is set to boot it deep. I don't even see the point of kicking off anymore nowadays with the ball being moved up. That's going to go right out of the back of the end zone. And Landry could not reel it in. So for the second time, Seattle takes the field. Blake Bortles was the impressive-looking quarterback on both teams' first possession. And they start from the 25-yard line again. Well, last season, the Packers played the Seahawks and disposed of them 38-10, and that was Russell Wilson on their center at that time. Bortles back to throw from the shotgun, under pressure, he's brought down. That is McKinley who makes the sack. Terrace McKinley broke through the right. He broke right through the middle of that offensive line. He just shoved the center out of the way. Either that or that was the guard Lane Taylor. Number 65. Bortles back to throw from shotgun again. He finds his reliable target. He's 4 for 5 in the game now. That's a short gain. It's still going to be 3rd and long. That was, I don't know, Cassius Clay. I don't know who the fuck that is, but he made the catch. He's been the go-to guy for Blake Bortles so far. And it's 3rd and 14 with 2:20 left here in this opening quarter. Exciting game so far. Real nice. Bortles has yet to take a snap from under center. He drops back on 3rd and 14, looking deep downfield. He's got time, and a nice catch. But that's going to go out of bounds. No, they ruled that he caught it. That was Jarvis Landry with the catch. I don't know. It looked like he might have been out there. Let's take a look at the replay. And I can tell from that angle. Maybe we'll take a look here. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is Green Bay going to challenge it? Yeah, bag it. They're not going to challenge it. And for the second time on two straight drives here, Seattle's right at midfield. For the first time, Bortles is under center. Now he drops back on 1st and 10. He's got plenty of time. And that time runs out. He's brought down. That's Barcavius Mingle, the linebacker, that brings him down. So 2 sacks on this drive. And it's going to set up a 2nd and 17. 1:15 left here in the first. Bortles drops back the pass, and that pass is almost intercepted. Blake Bortles better be thanking the Lord and Savior Brett Favre on that one, that pass wasn't picked off by the punk, Criminal Minds, Darrelle Revis. He thinks he's above the law. He fought the law, and the law lost. 3rd and 17 now. Bortles 5 for 7 to start this game. He's looked impressive. Lacey, the lone back, drops back on 3rd and 17. He's feeling the pressure, gets rid of it. Clay makes the catch, the tight end, but Revis is right there to bring him down immediately. And it's going to set up a 4th and 9. Green Bay's going to get the ball, and Green Bay has an opportunity to take the lead on their second possession. That's Tim Mastay, another former Packer, set to give it Das Boot. He does. It's a bad kick. It's going to go out of bounds. Actually, it's a pretty good kick. It's going to go out of bounds at the 10. Get out of here! Don't you ever try to block that kick again! Alright. Sets things up at the 10-yard line. It's going to be a long field ahead for Weinbachs. An interesting game so far. Packers come out from the eye. Play action to Bell. Rodgers rolls and fires to Jordy Nelson over the middle of the field for a 1st down. Takes it all the way to the 31. It's going to be a 21-yard gain. The 32-year-old Jordy Nelson, in his 10th season with the Packers, makes the catch. Now has 34 yards on 2 possession catches. That's going to be the final play here in the first quarter. Through 1 here from Lambeau Field. It is 7-3 Seattle. And we can't forget to tell you that this game is brought to you by good old-fashioned flame retardant. If you're a goy and you like sugar a lot, you can drink some good old-fashioned flame retardant. Get it at your local vending machine, especially at the BDE. Second quarter underway here from Lambeau Field. It is 7-3 Seattle. Packers are at the 31-yard line from the I formation. And the first play of the second quarter is a play-action fake to Bell, and Rodgers is going to take it himself. He's got open running room, and he slides and takes out the defensive back. And he has a huge, huge gain. That was Collins who was credited with the tackle, but Aaron Rodgers slid before he could really make decent contact on him. He's been the best back. He had the entire left side of the field open, and he just took it himself and got a considerable gain. Puts the Packers in Seattle territory. They set things up at the 47. Rodgers from the shotgun, 2 backs, Bell and Cook. Now he drops back the pass, looks for a man, goes through his progressions, and he's going to have to throw this one out of bounds. He felt the pressure and got rid of it. That left side of the line finally broke down. That was Joe Staley's side of the field, as Pete Carroll looks like he's about to have a coronary on the sideline. Incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Rodgers is 4 for 9. It's a little bit strange to see him with a completion percentage under 50. On 2nd and 10, at the 47, the Packers are going to hand it off to Le'Veon Bell, their star back. He breaks through into the open field, and on the left side, he's brought down at the 32. So just 3 carries so far for Le'Veon Bell, the star back, but he's made the most out of his opportunities, that being his best run of the day. Puts the Packers even closer now at the 32. I'll say it again and again and again. Inside 9 minutes here in the second quarter. Now Rogers has another play action fake, and he fires a dart right to Jordy Nelson, down inside the red zone, inside the 10 to the 6. That's his third catch for 59 yards. He's been the go-to receiver for Weinbach's for the last 9 years, actually. Good old faithful James Homo Jordy Nelson. I don't know why I took this guy. He's good, but he old, man. He old white milk. So the Packers are now standing at the 6-yard line. They're standing in a big circle, jerking each other off. Rogers, he's an outstanding play caller. Actually, it's McCarthy, but I'm calling the plays now, bitch. First and goal. Rogers drops back at the 6-yard line, feels the pressure, throws it over the middle, and it's intercepted. Tyrann Mathieu was standing right there to cover the slant. Rogers felt the pressure, and he got rid of it and threw it right to him. Well, he played like his predecessor on that drive. Threw it right into the hands of Tyrann Mathieu, and now Seattle all of a sudden has the ball at the 10. Bortles drops back to pass. He's not feeling any pressure whatsoever. Throws deep, and on the sideline he has his man. Oh, they're going to rule it as an incomplete pass. Never mind. A lot of these receivers, they've had issues getting both feet in on the sideline. I don't know if it's just how this shitty game is programmed or what, but we'll take it. Especially after the Weinbach's interception. Bortles back on 2nd and 10 again. It's a draw to Lacey. He bounces off tackles and gets close to a first down. And they're going to mark him short. It's 3rd and 1. So Eddie Lacey, I'm sure he didn't trim down whatsoever in the offseason. The fat ass gets a gain of 9. We're glad he's not in Green Bay anymore. We're glad that Kristen George Michael, Niall Davis, and Le'Veon Bell are here at Lambeau Field. It should be Milwaukee County Stadium still, actually. On 3rd and short, Bortles works under center, and it's a play-action fake. Feeling the pressure, gets the throw off, and that's going to be caught. That's a first down. That's going to be Jarvis Landry making the catch. Moves the Seattle offense up to the 36-yard line. So on the interception from Tyrann Mathieu, Seattle's offense has come out, and they looked impressive so far. This is their 3rd drive, and I don't think it's a fluke. A draw to Lacey. He's brought down immediately. He ran right through the middle of the field. I believe that was Barcavius Mingo. Actually, that was Carlos Dansby, the old man at the tackle. So I've been saying before, these teams have had a lot of history together. First played each other back in '76. The Packers, obviously, their most painful moment against Seattle was that blown NFC Championship game. Bortles throws over the middle of the field, and that's going to be caught by Carlos Henderson, the rookie, on a slant route. Puts them inside Green Bay territory to the 44. Not the way Mike McCarthy and his team wanted to start this ball game. Sloppy defense, sloppy offense, and Seattle so far has taken advantage of it. Bortles on a play action, now drops back, heaves it deep into the end zone, and it's almost intercepted. That was actually that's Jonathan Cyprien. They both have long hair. He made the play. Bortles tried to go for his own little Hail Mary. Showed off decent arm strength on that throw. I guess he's not afraid to throw it downfield. Why not? He's got nothing to lose. He's a fucking bagger anyways. Pass is incomplete. And we're still at the 44-yard line with 5:34 left here in the opening half of this 2017 season. Can't believe it's almost 2020. I'm sure the BDE will be an MTL by then. 2nd and 10 from the shotgun. Lacey, the lone tailback. Now he gets it on a draw. Open running field. And he is brought down. Barcavius Mingo makes the touchdown saving tackle. Drag him down by his legs. Eddie Lacey showing great agility there. You know, he's a power back, but on that play, on that draw, He broke right through the Packers' interior. Broke right through the weak secondary, too, and the only thing preventing that touchdown was a last-second lunge from Barkevius Mingo. Down to the 12-yard line. Wilson, the outside receiver, the man in motion. It's a toss play. This is to the backup running back, Powell, and he loses a yard. That was Connor recording his third tackle of the game. Either way, Seattle is well into field goal range. It's been a pretty low-scoring affair so far. A lot lower scoring than I thought it would be, especially with this high-powered Packer offense, but Seattle has done a good job controlling the clock. From the I formation, it's a run right up the middle to Lacey, and the veteran Dansby makes his third tackle, I believe. Wrapped him up by the legs. Was he trying to blow his ACL out? I hope so. We don't want to see this fat ass on the field anymore. It's going to set up in 3rd and 6 at the 8-yard line. All these stanks out there are yelling, ah, yeah, go Pack, go. 3rd and 6 from the shotgun again. That's been his bread and butter. Bortles drops back the pass. Fires towards the sideline. And Lacey makes the catch. Kept both feet in bounds, but does not get the first down. Farth and Favre. 3-yard reception brings out the special teams. This is a chip shot. It's about a 20-yard field goal from here. Kick is up, and it's good. So Seattle tacks on 3 more. Hopkins nails his second field goal of the game. Extends the Seattle lead to 10-3. So with 3:17 left here in the first half, Aaron Rodgers and company are going to see how they're going to run their 4-minute drill. Now Davis can't return that kick. The offense sets up at the 25-yard line. I'm sure Mike McCarthy is going to give him an earful in the locker room. It's been sloppy so far. A very disappointing way to start this this opening regular season game. The Packers looked well in preseason outside of week 5. Rodgers lurks in the shotgun on the first play. Now he fires, and that one is almost intercepted. Amari Cooper, the intended receiver. And Rodgers is just 5 for 12 on the day. I think they're trying to Favre things too much. They're trying to force passes in there. They're steering away from the running game. That's something that they haven't really done all game. 2nd and 10 now. Here's a handoff to Le'Veon Bell. And why were they avoiding this guy so long? That's a nice run to the outside. A 9-yard gain sets up a 3rd and short. Le'Veon Bell gets 9 yards on that carry. Packers calling plays quickly here. Now Rodgers changes it up at the line. You can hear his cadence. 319! Now drops back the pass on 3rd and 1. Rolls to the right. Fires off balance to Nelson. And that is a horrible pass. Incomplete 4th down. That was David Amerson, the former Oakland Raider, on the coverage. He's definitely the weakness in the Seattle secondary, but Rodgers has yet to exploit them. Maybe that Tyrann Mathieu interception threw off the rhythm a little bit, but I don't think so. They've been off all game. Fuck it, we're going to go for it on 4th and 1 here. Who cares? Who cares if the ball's on their own 34-yard line? This is Madden. 4th and 1. This is huge. They got to convert this. Rodgers drops back the pass. And throws to the sidelines, and a beautiful catch made in traffic by Jared Cook. Whoa! Keeps the drive alive. It's 1st down. That's going to bring us to our 2-minute warning here. Jared Cook made his first catch. That goes as a 6-yard gain. This 2-minute drill gives the Packers a little bit of a breather. Let's see if they can run the drill and tie things up here at Lambeau Field. Take a look at the line score so far in this ball game. Seattle is up 10-3. They've scored just a field goal in this quarter, and that was off of the interception thrown in the red zone by Aaron Rodgers. Let's see if they can run a successful 2-minute drill. Rodgers back to throw on 1st and 10. Lobs the pass to Jordy Nelson over the middle of the field on the slant. He's brought down in Seattle territory up to the 41-yard line. They're running the no-huddle here. McCarthy is going with the no-huddle, calling the plays right into Weinbach's helmet. Now he switches it up at the line himself. One safety over the top. Rodgers back to throw on 1st and 10. Rolls to his right. Fires deep into the end zone to Cooper. And that one is going to be caught down at the 1-yard line. Amari Cooper makes the catch deep down the field for a 40-yard gain. And that's the Weinbachs we know and love. Well, maybe we love, but a beautiful throw. That was into double coverage right on the money, and Amari Cooper, the versatile young receiver, makes the catch, setting up a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Now the Packers can slow their tempo. There's 1:15 left here in the half. It is a 10-3 game. Rodgers now up to the line, taking his time out there. Snaps the ball. Back to throw. Rolling to his right, and that's going to be caught by Jared Cook for a Packer touchdown. He finds old reliable, the 6'6" Jared Cook makes the catch in traffic. And finally, Green Bay is into the end zone. That was a tough catch. I actually think that pass was intended for Jordy Nelson, but Jared Cook was standing right in front of him as Nelson crossed over the field on that slant route. But regardless, it works out. Will Lutz is back for the point after. The kick is up, and the kick is almost blocked, but it's good. Green Bay ties it up. It is 10-10 with 1:01 left here in the second half. That was a drive that took just 2 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. And that, folks, is something that this league is going to have they're going to have trouble stopping. This high-tempo, high-powered offense that can score on you quickly. Amari Cooper is the speed threat downfield. It's not Nelson, it's not Vincent Jackson, not even Robert Woods. As Marquette King sets it and kicks it deep, it's going to be brought back by Landry to the 28-yard line. Actually, that was Tyrann Mathieu. My apologies. What else can I say? All apologies. Alright. 1st and 10 on the 28. Seattle is going to try and run their 1-minute drill. Bortles back to throw. That's a quick pass over the middle of the field, and they quickly call a timeout. An 8-yard gain just like that, and Pete Carroll, the old decrepit bastard, calls a timeout. He's been in the league for some time. So is Mike McCarthy, former quarterback coach back in '99, worked with Brett Lorenzo Favre and one of the greatest coaches of all time, Ray Rhodes. He was a coordinator in San Francisco. Actually, I think he was a quarterback coach back in '05. Bortles works from the shotgun on his own 36. He drops back the pass. Now he fires. That's going to be caught. That is Carlos Henderson making his second catch, and quickly Seattle calls their second time out. Second time out, if you're in Canada. With just 48 seconds left, Blake Bortles has done a good job managing the offense. He's done a good job in general today. Lacey the lone back. You know they're not going to run it here. Bortles back to throw. He's got time. He fires over the middle field, and that's going to be an errant pass, incomplete. Clay, his tight end, the intended receiver. We're just going to call him Cassius Clay because I don't know his first name. 2nd and 10. That was a typical Blake Bortles score right there. Him playing well is something of an anomaly. 44 seconds left here in the half. Green Bay stacks the line. Now Bortles drops back the pass. He's got time. Fires over the middle of again. Exploiting this weak Packers secondary. That is Cassius Clay making another catch. Down inside Green Bay to the 35. Well, actually, they're in Green Bay. Actually, I think they're in Ashwaubenon, but who gives a fuck? That's his 5th catch, 73 yards for Cassius Clay. Actually, the Freemasons knocked him off last year, and I think someone jumped. That's going to be a false start on Seattle, I believe. It is. Who was that on? I guess we don't know. We'll just blame Lane Taylor because he's a bagger. We'll blame Lane Taylor. That doesn't make Pete Carroll very happy. It's 1st and 15. 24 seconds left. You know they're going to pass it here. Bortles drops back again. He's feeling the pressure, throws over the middle, and that's incomplete. Devon House with the good coverage on Landry, and it's going to be 2nd and 15. So after that false start, that moved things back 5 yards. Seattle with a little more working room, I guess you can say, if you're going to be positive about it. At the 40-yard line in Green Bay territory, Landry the man in motion. Now he drops back to pass on 2nd and long. He's gonna stretch the defense again. What is up with this Packers secondary? Well, that was Mike Williams with the long reception. Jonathan Cyprian with the tackle. And Seattle is most likely going to take the lead here before half. Bortles back to throw. Lobs up into the end zone, and it's almost intercepted. Almost picked off. That was Reggie Nelson on the coverage. He could not maintain possession of the football. That would have been absolutely huge if he would have came up with that turnover. But instead, it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Seattle no longer has any timeouts. Once again, Bortles works from the shotgun. They're in field goal range, and we're going to have another false start here. This time it was on the right guard. I'm not sure who that is. Bortles was going with the quarterback cadence there. You know, he was going with the fake snap, I guess you can say. The fake hut. Either way, Seattle's going to attempt a field goal here. It's going to be about a 35-yarder. The kick is up and good. And they take a 13-10 lead here just before the half with 4 seconds remaining. And to everybody watching this outstanding broadcast, especially you, Corbett and Joe Sterling, I know you guys are probably watching. Thank you very much. It means a whole hell of a lot to me. Here's the kickoff. It's back, and it's at the goal line. Niall Davis is going to return it. He's going to slide. He's actually going to dive down to the 24. Wants to keep 1 second on the clock. And if there's any quarterback you want on the field in a Hail Mary situation, it's Aaron Rodgers. It's something he has done several times in many clutch scenarios throughout his career, mostly in the playoffs. I can think of 4 occasions where he's had a successful Hail Mary. He's going to test his arm off here. Who's he going to go to, though? He drops back. This is the last play of the half. Rolls to his right slightly. Now throws a bomb deep to Nelson in double coverage. It's going to be tipped and incomplete. And that's going to end the second quarter of play here from Lambeau Field. Halftime has approached us somewhat quickly. Seattle takes the lead. It's 13-10 as we head into the break. Now you can listen to nothing while I take a water break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Love you. Here in Green Bay, it's 13-10 Seattle. The Packers get the ball to start the second half here. Hopkins is set to kick it deep. Hopefully the Packers are going to play cleaner football here as Niall Davis returns it about 5 yards deep in his own end zone and takes it up to the 22-yard line. And that's where Weinbachs and company will get the ball. Isn't that exciting? Aaron Rodgers, he has been pretty sloppy so far, just 9 of 18. He's got 1 touchdown and 1 interception. A touchdown pass was a 1-yarder to Jared Cook. So, Seattle so far, they've been pretty much outplaying Green Bay in every aspect. Outgaining them in yardage, outplaying them, especially on defense. Rodgers is going to start the second half with a play-action fake, and he has nothing downfield again. He's going to run ahead, and he's been the best running back. 46 yards now on 4 carries for the 33-year-old veteran out of Cal. Mike McCarthy, he's excited on the sideline there. If the Packers lose this game, I'm hiring Ray Rhodes again. That's going to be my bold prediction. 2nd and 1 at the 31. From the I form, Rodgers hands it off to Le'Veon Bell with power football right up the gut. Gets a first down. If the Packers want to have success here in the second half, especially with their offense, they need to complement the actual running back into the game a little bit more, not relying on Rodgers to scramble for 15 yards on the opposite end of the field every fucking time. Rodgers with another handoff. This is to Bell. Runs up the gut, loosening up that defense a little bit. Solid carry. You know, it wasn't a pretty run at all. Ran right up the gut, running right into the arms of Reggie Ragland, who tallies his first tackle. It's going to be 2nd and 4 up to the 41 now. Slow tempo, slow pace to this offense out of the gate. Rodgers drops back the pass on 2nd and 4. He rolls, now fires off balance over the middle of the field. It's caught by Amari Cooper down to the 35. Aaron Rodgers, he faked the run. He's running right up towards the line of scrimmage, and before he crossed it, he got rid of the ball, made an off-balance throw to the 23-year-old future Hall of Famer Amari Cooper. 87 receiving yards so far on the day. Now the Packers come out with a 3-receiver set, 2 on the right, 1 on the left. Play clock inside 10, a play-action fake to Le'Veon Bell. Rodgers throws it to Robert Woods, who bobbles and can't complete the catch. That throw was right on the money, and you can see Winebox, he's probably bitching to himself, because that's why we call him Winebox. He's a big complainer. 2nd and 10, though. That time he has something to bitch about. That was a beautiful pass right into the hands of Robert Woods. There's a reason why he's number 4 on this Packer depth chart at the start of this season. Bell the lone back here. They're going with the single back formation. Rodgers drops back on 2nd and 10. Rolls to his right. Open running field again. He's going to take off once again. Sprinting down, sliding at the 20-yard line. That is now 60 rushing yards for Aaron Rodgers. And he has been the go-to back, I guess you could say. For whatever reason, Seattle has had a hard time covering him. They've been going with a lot of man-to-man situations. They feel like they can line up well against these Packer receivers who don't have a ton of speed. Amari Cooper, the lone exception. But Seattle's backs, they're not very slow themselves. Play clock inside 10 now. Rodgers drops back on 1st and 10. He's got time. Rolls to his right. Fires a strike to Jordy Nelson, who tries to break away from the defensive back. Makes the catch at the 1-yard line. Jordy Nelson, the old reliable target for Aaron Winebox Charles Rodgers. Clock at 6:10 now here in the third. It's been somewhat time-consuming. Rodgers making changes at the line. He better hurry up. The play clock is at 5. Now he drops back the pass. Lobs one to Le'Veon Bell, his back, who spins and can't get into the end zone. It's actually going to go for a short loss. It's tough to throw when you have such a short field to work with 11 defenders in the end zone. Well, Rodgers, he has confidence in his ability. Now the Packers are up back to the line. Ball's at the 2. Here's the handoff to Le'Veon Bell, sprinting ahead, and he can't get into the end zone. So a good defensive stand so far for Seattle. Great goal line defense. It's now 3rd and goal. 2 consecutive stops here at the goal. Now Green Bay comes out. It's 3rd and goal. They come out with the goal line formation. Rodgers under center. Takes it himself. Dives into the end zone, and that's going to be short. Are you fucking kidding me? That's going to be short. The Packers do not get in. Oh, man, you don't know how bad I want to go for it. Alright, we're going to go for it. It's 4th and goal. The ball is at the 1-inch line. Rodgers dove to the end zone, but he didn't make it in. I'm surprised McCarthy didn't challenge a spot on that. Back to throw on 4th and 1. Rodgers lobs it into the end zone, and it's batted down. Vernon Davis, the intended receiver. And that is quite the disappointing end to that drive there. They cannot convert at the 1 fucking yard line. Are you kidding me? Seattle has the ball. They had a long field ahead of them. Turnover on downs and a handoff to Lacey. And he gets a nice carry there. Anytime you're back this deep in your own territory, getting a 2 or 3 yard gain is huge. That's a difference between 2 points and 2 yards. So Green Bay turns it over on downs after the long drive to start this second half. Seattle has the ball with 3:42 left in the quarter. And, ooh, that's huge. Another false start. That's the 3rd one of the game. We're going to blame Lane Taylor again. Oh, no, they're going to call it on... they're going to call it on Benny Logan. They're going to call encroachment on Logan. That's the first penalty called on the Green Bay Packers. And when you're deep down in Seattle territory, it's pretty huge. This has been quite a frustrating game so far. So 2nd and 2 at the 9. It's a toss play to Lacey to the left side. Barcavius Mingo makes the tackle. That's a 7th carry for Eddie Lacey, and it is enough for a first down. Barcavius Mingo, he has recorded 3 tackles in this ball game. 1 touchdown saving tackle when Eddie Lacey broke through. 1st and 10, new set of downs, and Bortles is sacked. A blitz. And that is Connor, who records his first sack of the game. Makes it 2nd down and 16. He was untouched running right through the A-gap. And now Bortles works from his own 5-yard line. It's a handoff to Eddie Lacey. Brought down for a gain of 6. So a big stop here. It's 3rd and 9. You have to stop Seattle if you want a chance here in getting some decent field position. But Bortles, he has been playing some pretty outstanding football today, all things considered. Works from the shotgun, drops back. He rolls to his right. He's under pressure. He's going to take it himself, and he is going to run ahead. He's brought down by Reggie Nelson, but it's enough for a first down. Reggie Nelson, the 34-year-old safety, he records his 3rd tackle of the game, but Blake Bortles shows off a little speed, a little Aaron Rodgers-esque type run to keep this Seattle drive alive. Now Lacey gets another carry. Hit hard and jars the ball loose, but picked up by the lineman, and that saved the turnover. That was a blitz by the secondary. They were rushing Eddie Lacey there, and he laid the hit on him, jarred the ball loose, but luckily for Seattle, the center was right there to pick the ball up and fall on it. Now on 2nd and 2, it's a handoff. Lacey is out. That's the backup running back, Powell, who bursts ahead for a gain of roughly 10. It's been a quick 3rd quarter here. The clock has pretty much been running consistently. Down inside 30 seconds. If Seattle scores here, especially a touchdown, with the way this Packer offense has been performing, that might be your dagger. Here's a handoff to Powell again, and brought down by Connor. That was Connor with the tackle. That's going to end the 3rd quarter. No scoring here through 3 at Lambeau Field. It is 13-10 Seattle. Oh yes, it's been an exciting week 1 here. It's been pretty sloppy actually, but It makes for good football. It's been a close game. It is 13-10 Seattle here, and they have the ball pretty much at midfield to start the fourth quarter. It is second and inches. Bortles is touching his crotch and taking his time getting up to the line. Starts the fourth quarter with a handoff to this fat fucking asswipe, Eddie Lacy. He has 78 yards on the ground. This has been one of the more frustrating games I think I've played in quite a while. We knew coming into this season that this Packer defense is the weak point, but the ineptitude on offense, too, has been surprising. Bortles fires out to the flats, and that's going to be caught by Carlos Henderson. And with that pass, Blake Bortles eclipses the 200-yard mark. That was Jonathan Joseph, the veteran, recording his second tackle of the ball game. You know, Seattle's going to be in kill-the-clock mode the rest of the way out. They want to try to preserve this lead. Bortles over the middle, and it's a short completion to Henderson, who falls ahead for the first down. You know, I got a feeling that these Madden games are just as rigged as pretty much every single professional sports game, so this is quite realistic, actually. But can the Packers turn the comeback code on? The ball is at the 30-yard line to come off from the pistol. Hand off to Lacy, and this time he is finally brought down. That's a 4-yard loss on the play. That's Barcavius Mingo. He has been one of the lone bright spots on this Packer defense so far. Barcavius Mingo, the former Patriot, former Cleveland shit, taking things to greener pastures here, literally. Second and 14 at the 35. Bortles back to throw. He has plenty of time and fires one out of bounds, incomplete. Almost hit a couple of cameramen over there with that ball. That's going to be good footage for the NFL Films guys. Third and long. Green Bay has to come up with a stop here. Go, Pack, go. 7:38. It's a handoff, a play-action fake. Bortles fires over the middle of the field, and it's an errant pass. Luckily, that pass was errant because that receiver was open on the slant. And Seattle's going to attempt a 52-yard field goal. With 7:33 in the fourth. They line up now. The snap and the hold, and the placement is going to be short. He missed the 52-yard field goal. That is huge, and the Packers take over with good field position at the 42-yard line. A long drive, and Seattle could not capitalize. So here comes Rodgers and company with just inside 7:30 left in this game. First play from scrimmage, a handoff to Bell, running to the left, stiff arms, and gets himself a nice 7-yard gain. He eclipses the 50-yard mark after that carry. So it's going to be second down and 3. As you take a look at the game trends, it's been close so far in the yardage department. Packers with a 5-yard advantage after that carry. Second and 3, Rodgers drops back the pass, lobs it, and it's going to be batted down and incomplete. That was intended for his tight end. That was Vernon Davis. He could not hang on. It's going to be third down and 3. Now Rodgers works from the shotgun. I got a feeling this Packer offense is still trying to force the ball. Now drops back the pass on third and 3. Runs forward, and he's going to be hit and sacked. Lawrence Guy, the former Packer, is accredited with a half sack on that play. The third time Rodgers has gone down in the game, and it's now going to be 4th and 7. So for the first time in this ball game, Marquette King gets to show off his boot. Special teams are out, a 3-and-out on offense, and King kicks a boomer into the end zone, and Seattle's going to take over at the 20. With 6:09 left in this ball game, a close contest, a low-scoring game here in Week 1. Mike McCarthy and company are definitely going to have to make some adjustments after this ball game. Bortles is not backing down. He has been coming from the shotgun a majority in this game. With just one safety over the middle, they're going to hand it off to Lacy on the draw, who jukes his way up to the middle of the field, but he's brought down by Terrence McKinley Grabbed him by the face mask, and that's going to be the 15-yard variety. That is a huge penalty right there because that sets Seattle up towards midfield once again. They are just giving them good field position here. This is a very frustrating game. You don't know how bad I want to chuck this controller right now. 1st and 10, 13-10 Seattle. Seattle changes it up at the line now. Landry and Henderson, the receivers on the right side of the field. Lacey, the lone tailback. And on the draw play to the right side off tackle, he is brought down by number 56. 13 carries for Lacey at 85 yards. He's had a solid game on the ground. Pete Carroll, he's the veteran coach. He's done a good job calling plays so far for Bortles. He knows if he works under center, he has a tendency to force things a little bit with the pressure off the line. And on 2nd and 7, another handoff to Lacey. He's going to go outside to the left, and it's going to be a 2-yard loss. So a nice stop. That's Connor with his 5th tackle. He's also been playing well. The interior really is not the problem on this Packer team. It's the weakness in the secondary. They don't have a ton of speed. It's easy to get separation on them, especially with this young receiving core of the Seattle's, and that's something that they've exploited all day. Can make Blake Bortles look better than he actually is. 3rd and 9. Back to throw and swatted down. Nice play off the line. That's going to be huge. And it's going to be 4th down, and Seattle brings out their punting team. That was the linebacker. Number 55 broke off the block and jumped in the air, timed it perfectly to swat that Blake Bortles pass down. Now Tim Mastay boots it deep. Niall Davis is not going to return it. He's going to let it bounce, and it bounces into the end zone barely. Ooh, that would have been huge if Seattle downed it at the 1-yard line, but a lucky bounce, and Seattle has to play solid defense here. Take a look at Rodgers today, just 12 of 24. Has not even eclipsed the 200-yard mark on the game. 1 touchdown and 1 interception. That came off of the Tyrann Mathieu pick in the 2nd quarter towards the end zone. Rodgers drops back to pass on 1st down, and a diving catch over the middle by Jordy Nelson. Down to the 40-yard line. 6 catches, 117 yards. He's put in his work. And he has been Rodgers' favorite target so far. There is a large discrepancy in speed between these Seattle defensive backs and the Packer receivers. Seattle has a lot of quick backs. They're young, they're raw, but outside of Tyrann Mathieu, they're pretty good. Le'Veon Bell gets a carry to the right side. He's brought down immediately. That was Wilson with the tackle. Damian Wilson, the linebacker. 2nd and 9. They've also shut down the running game. The actual running back, Le'Veon Bell, they've shut him down pretty well. They've had a hard time stopping Aaron Rodgers and his happy feet, though. They've been playing a lot of man-to-man coverage. From the shotgun, Rodgers, a play-action fake from the shotgun, rolls to the left, now dumps it off to Vincent Jackson down the right sideline, makes the catch, and a huge gain for a 1st down. Rodgers felt the pressure. The line broke on the right side. He scrambled off to the left. Vincent Jackson broke the route towards the left sidelines, and the 34-year-old ran up the field in Seattle territory, now down to the 42-yard line. Packers are going to run the 3-minute drill here. 2:53 left in this ball game. Cooper on the outside on the right, Nelson on the outside on the left. Now drops back to pass, fires over the head of the linebacker for a completion and a 1st down. That's Jordy Nelson making his 7th catch. Down to the 29-yard line now. Rodgers keeping a good pace. David Amerson records the tackle. He typically gets burned. He's the one weakness in this Seattle secondary today. Just inside 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Now Rodgers drops back the pass and fires out of bounds. Incomplete. He saw nothing downfield and did not hesitate getting rid of it instead of forcing something deep, instead of farving it. 2:06 left in this ball game now. The ball is at the 29. It's been a tough game. It's been a defensive battle. It's been a sloppy football game. But it's been exciting, I'm not going to lie. 2nd and 10. Packers coming with the offset eye. Rodgers under pressure immediately, and down he goes. That is a liability on the right side there. That is Brian Bulaga, I believe, who gave up that sack. That is absolutely huge. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. That sack on Rodgers may have pushed Green Bay out of field goal range. It's definitely on the cusp. If they can't convert or can't get any yardage here, that's about a 55-yard attempt for Will Lutz. The Packers are going to run the 2-minute drill. They're going to run the 2-minute drill. 3rd and 19. This could be the ball game right here. Empty backfield. Rodgers, the only man back there. A 5-receiver set. Drops back to pass on 3rd and 19. Rodgers fires. He's got a man. That's Amari Cooper who makes a leaping catch down to the 17 inside the red zone. An absolutely huge catch for Amari Cooper, who ran a deep slant over the middle and slightly to the left, makes the catch on the hash mark. Now Rodgers hurries up to the line. 1:38 left in this game. Empty backfield again. Now drops back to pass. Fires over to Nelson, who makes the catch and almost breaks on a tackle down to the 2-yard line. Jordy Nelson makes his 8th catch. He puts the Packers within striking range now with just 1:17 left in this ball game. Rodgers has been outstanding on these last couple of throws. 1st and goal now with the ball on the 2. 1:05 left in this game. He drops back the pass. Has plenty of time. Now rolls. Fires a shot to the end zone, and it's incomplete. That was well contested. Rodgers fired that a little too far to the left. That was a little too far to the right of his receiver, but it was tight coverage, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, ball at the 2. It's the 1-minute drill now. Seattle has played exceptionally well here with the goal line defense. They stack the line. Now Rodgers changes it up himself. Play clock at 10. Drops back the pass with a little lob to Nelson. Caught! Touchdown! Green Bay Packers. They take the lead. Aaron Rodgers has led his team down the field and has just put the Packers up. I don't want to call it a dagger yet, folks, considering how this game has gone. But a strike to Nelson, a 2-yard touchdown pass caps off this drive. Will Lutz now comes in for the extra point. Here's the snap and a hold, and the kick is up and good. And Green Bay has a 5-point lead with just 55 seconds left. And Blake Bortles is going to get one more opportunity to exploit this weak Packers secondary. The goal line defense finally broke down. Jordy Nelson broke off his defender, who was playing very, very close. He was playing close man-to-man coverage. Marquette King is going to kick this one deep, and Landry does not have an opportunity. Seattle takes it from the 25-yard line. So the 1-minute offense is going to be ran by Pete Carroll. He's going to be calling the plays for Blake Bortles. You know it's going to be all passing situations. They need a touchdown. And can this Packers secondary finally come up with a huge play? They're probably going to be running all shotgun here. From the 25, Bortles back to throw. And he's feeling the pressure from the line, and on the sidelines, it's going to be an incomplete pass to his back, Eddie Lacy. Broke off to the right in the flat. He was uncovered, basically. He could have ran 20 yards up the field, but it was just an errant pass from Blake Bortles. Couldn't get both feet down either. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Bortles drops back to pass, feeling the pressure again, and that's going to be caught for a 1st down. That's a huge catch. Seattle has 3 timeouts, but they're not using them. They're rushing everyone up to the line. That's caught by Clay, the tight end, now playing on the outside. Drops back to pass as Bortles. Feel the pressure from the line. And he's hit, and he's sacked on the play. He is brought down, and Seattle has to use a timeout. The 4th sack of the game recorded by this interior line of the Green Bay Packers. I believe that was Lynch that made the tack on the play. Now 30 seconds left from the 36. Bortles back to throw. He has nothing downfield, and now he has his man. I believe that's Mike Williams that make the catch. Actually, no, it's Jarvis Landry. 3rd and 2, they call their second time out now. It is 17-13 Green Bay. They're desperately trying to hold on to the lead after Rodgers and company drove down the field on a 2-minute drill. Now 3rd and 2, Bortles back to throw, and he exploits this weak secondary again. He's going to break loose, and he is going to score a touchdown. Unbelievable, and Seattle takes the lead. That was Mike Williams who scores the touchdown with just 17 seconds left. And that, folks, may be your dagger. Well, we've been talking about it the whole drive. This Packers secondary is atrocious. Where is Ahmad Christmas Carol? He would be an upgrade. Where is Bao Zhu? He would be an upgrade. Quiets the crowd. The point after attempt is up and good. We've seen crazier things happen, though, especially with Aaron Rodgers at the helm. Packers do have all 3 timeouts. It's a short kick. They're going to try to run as much time off. Mari Cooper is going to take it back. And he's brought down. It took 3 seconds off the clock up to the 32. Well, you figure Rodgers and company are going to have to go deep. They're going to have to take several shots to the end zone. I guess not necessarily. They have to at least get to the 35 if they want to have a chance and kick a field goal. Rodgers back to throw. Heaves a bomb. This is deep to Nelson. Actually, that's caught. He makes the catch. That is Vincent Jackson. The old man makes the catch with 6 seconds left down to the 20. The Hail Mary King, he does it again with 6 seconds left. Vincent Jackson, the old man, makes the catch, and Green Bay is going to tie this game up, or attempt to, with a 37-yard field goal. Seattle attempts to ice the kicker, Will Lutz. This would make it a 20-20 ball game. Unbelievable. What an unbelievable last few minutes of this game. It's going to be a 37-yard field goal for Will Lutz. 8-mile-an-hour wind in his favor. Kick is up. And the kick is good. We're going to overtime, folks. Unless something crazy happens with the special teams defense, we are going to overtime here in Green Bay. Marquette King kicks it deep to the left. And Seattle's going to kneel it. Alright, that's Tyrann Mathieu that kneeled it. So now, Green Bay, they're going to try to come out and play prevent here. We know how weak their secondary is, so they're just going to get as many men down the field as possible. They would not have enough time to line up and kick a field goal if they make the catch. Lacey with the handoff to the right side. He's going to be brought down, and we're playing for OT, folks. After 4 quarters of play here in Green Bay, it is 20-20. What a game. We'll be back. That was probably one of the craziest fourth quarters, or craziest quarters I've ever played in a Madden game. Overtime is here, and it looks like Seattle elects to receive. They win the coin toss. Green Bay elects to defend on the left against the wind. Marquette King is set to kick it deep. There is 6:30 in overtime here, not a full 10-minute quarter. Landry is set to return it. That was a short kick. And he's hit hard and brought down, and there's a flag on the play. Might be holding. And it's going to go as a block in the back on the return team. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Backs him up to the 21. So we know with the overtime rules, if Seattle kicks a field goal, Green Bay has an opportunity to drive down the field to tie it. A touchdown would win it. Bortles from the shotgun on 1st and 10. He drops back the pass on the first play. And out to the flats. A catch is made, and he's immediately brought down. That was a gang tackle. You know, these the secondary players here are going to be playing a lot of man-to-man. Either way, they have a weakness. It doesn't matter if they play man or zone. It is just an atrocious secondary. 2nd and 13, now a 3-yard loss. There's a handoff up the middle to Eddie Lacy, and he gets a minimal gain. That's a gain of 2. It's 3rd and 11. And it's Connor with a 6th tackle. He's been very, very effective. It is now 3rd down and 11. 3rd and 11. Ball on Seattle's 20. This is the 51st play on offense that they have called. 5:22 left in this ball game. Back to throw is Bortles. Feels the pressure. Here's the rush, and the throw is high and incomplete. A 3-and-out and an outstanding hold for this Packer defense. And Seattle has to punt. And Green Bay can win this game on this possession. Mass Day is back. That was a very disappointing drive if you're a Seattle fan. A 3-and-out to start overtime. Now Davis has some running room here. He fields it from about the 20. Sheds a tackle. Spinning away. Brought down. It took 3 or 4 guys to do so. To the 35-yard line. So here comes Rodgers and company. The Packers are going to need a touchdown here if they want to support their confidence. This offense has really turned it up though in the last quarter. First play from scrimmage, handoff to Le'Veon Bell, breaking up the middle of the field, and that's going to be close to a 1st down. They're going to mark him just short. It's going to be a 9-yard gain. Ran right through the gun of Seattle. Ran right through it. Takes it up to the 45-yard line. Packers have eclipsed over 400 yards of offense in this game. Now it's 2nd and short. Rodgers hands it off to Bell again, and he's spinning his way up the middle of the field into the secondary down for another 1st down, and that brings the Packers into Seattle territory for the first time here in OT. As you take a look at the breakdown, the Packers have thrown the ball 33 times. That is double. Almost double to what they have done in the ground game so far. Rodgers comes with the empty backfield from the shotgun, feels the pressure, and gets rid of it. Get that ball out of there. Don't take a shot downfield unnecessarily. Throws it out and incomplete. 2nd down and 10 with 3:51 left in this game. Rodgers works from the shotgun. Press coverage on Nelson. Now drops back to throw. Has a man. He's deep. And it's caught. That is caught by Jared Cook. Down inside the 20 to the 14. A huge, huge catch for Jared Cook. Puts the Packers within striking range. With 3:20 left in this ball game, Aaron Rodgers and company have a chance to complete the comeback. Play clock inside 10. Now drops back the pass. Fires. No, he's looking. He's going to take it himself. He's going to dive down to the 6. 2nd and 3. A 7-yard rush from Aaron Rodgers. He had nothing. He's not taking a shot. He's not taking an unnecessary shot into the end zone and risking a turnover. The Packers want a win here to start this season. Could this be the last play of the ball game? Packers can win it with a touchdown. 2nd and 3, Rodgers back to throw. Has time, and over to the flats. He has Le'Veon Bell, and he gets just enough for a 1st down. Le'Veon Bell was standing in the flats on the left side, untouched, unguarded. The clock runs down to 2. For the third time in this game, the Packers get to exercise the 2-minute drill, and they've done a masterful job so far in the second half. Well, actually, there's only one 2-minute drill in the second half. This is the second one now, but there's normally only one. You know what I mean. Getting a little excited here. First and goal with 2 minutes left and the ball at the 3. A touchdown wins it. Rodgers from the pistol lines up in the shotgun still, though. Play clock at 20. Now drops back the pass. He's got Nelson. There's your ball game. The Packers win it. And there is your dagger. Your week 1 kickoff dagger. Another touchdown to Jordy Nelson wins it. There's your final, folks. The Packers come back and win a crazy affair, 26-20, to go to 1-0 on the season. An outstanding ball game. We'll be back with the totals and summaries on the Packers Radio Network. Well, we're back at Lambeau Field. The Packers win an exciting game to go to 1-0, 26-20. It took 5 quarters almost to do it. But Aaron Rodgers and company, they complete 2 comebacks in this game. One was to Jordy Nelson to take the lead late in the 4th quarter. But Seattle exploited the Packers' weak secondary and scored themselves. Well, Rodgers bombed it deep. And Amari Cooper made a huge catch down the field, and Will Lutz drilled the field goal to send the game to overtime. Packers got a 3-and-out on defense. Rodgers and company took the ball all the way down the field and scored the game-winning touchdown on a short slant over the middle into the end zone to Jordy Nelson. He was the player of the game, and as we take a look at his stats here, Rodgers was 22 for 37, 367 in the air. 3 touchdowns, and that 1 pick was to Tyrann Mathieu. Blake Bortles had a good ball game, did not turn the ball over. 19 of 31, 288 yards in the air. An impressive debut for him in the regular season. Eddie Lacy, he was the back to talk about. The actual back, not Rodgers. He ran well, 68 yards on the ground himself. 16 for 94 with a 5.8 yards per carry average for Lacy. Did not score a touchdown, though. Defensively, it was ugly. The Packers were looking like a Mike Sherman defense, especially with the secondary, but Cavell Connor and Barkevius Mingo, they're my 2 defensive players in this ball game. 6 tackles for Connor, actually 12 total, 6 solo, 6 assists, and a sack recorded. Tyrann Mathieu, he was the lone turnover on defense with the interception on Rodgers. And that's going to cap this broadcast off. I hope it was better than that Redskins preseason game. Once again, the final score here from Lambeau Field, where they have just started their 60th season of play. Packers 26, Seahawks 20. Until next time, good night, and good luck.